Ladies and gentlemen, this is the fight of the night, the main event. Barry Hearn for Matchroom Boxing proudly presents the vacant IBO International Lightweight Championship. Sponsored here by Viseur TV's Viseur Sport, and a very warm welcome to our viewers joining us live here on Viseur Sport. Dobry wieczór, witamy w Londynie. All the officials have been appointed by the IBO president, Ed Levine of Coral Gables, Florida, USA. He has appointed fight supervisor, Mr. Jerry Woolard of Glasgow. Our timekeeper from the British Boxing Board of Control, Bromley in Kent, Mr. Bob Edgeworth. Our three scoring judges here at ringside, from Derby, Paul Thomas, from London, Mark Green, and from Gillingham in Kent, Mr. Ian John Lewis. Our referee in charge of the action and one of the leading referees in the world today is Roy Francis of Kent. Our matchmaker is Mr. Graham Lockwood of Skipton. They are the officials. Here are the contestants. Firstly, and introducing to you, fighting out of the red corner, he's wearing the black trunks trimmed with white. He weighed in at 9 stone and 9 pounds. He comes to the ring as the former British lightweight champion and the winner of the Lonsdale belt. He's from the world famous Shannonsgym in Manchester. Please welcome Wayne Rigby. And ladies and gentlemen, fighting out of the blue corner, he's wearing the red trunks and weighed in at 9 stone, 8 3/4 pounds. He's from the beautiful city of Białystok in Poland. Would you please welcome Dariusz Snarski. So, sports fans and Viseur sports fans, this is 12 rounds of boxing for the vacant IBO International Lightweight Championship.
And it's been a strange build-up for this fellow, Wayne Rigby. Because first of all, he was going to be up against the Welshman Jason D. He pulled out with tonsillitis. Then Glenn McLaren, the Irishman, decided he couldn't fight at lightweight. So Dariusz Snarski, the third-choice opponent, came in at less than a week's notice. So Rigby, I don't think, will quite know what to expect from Snarski. But if you look at Snarski's record, frankly, the Pole fortunate to be in this fight at all. He's looked very mediocre at best the last half a dozen fights he's had. And Rigby, a former British champion at this weight and a solid workman, will surely be favourite here, Dave.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. But sometimes, you know, as we were saying, that when a fighter's brought in at a very early notice, even a week still early for, you know, for a title fight, it's sometimes very hard to adapt, and you don't know all that you should know about the fighter, the new fighter that's being brought in. So it's always a wee bit. You have to be very careful, you know, with the first couple of rounds, just to weigh the new opponent up, just to see where, you know, what he's all about. You know, his high points, his low points. It's very hard now to adapt after training so hard for somebody else. That was a good
left hand. You see the legs go there. Snarski's legs just buckled in that clinch. That left really caught him, and I think Rigby knows it.
Yeah, and I think the Snarski looks a lot tougher than what he actually is. You know, when he come into the ring, he's going to go, this guy looks tough, but you can never judge a book by the cover, can you?
Appearances can be deceptive.
Yep.
You never look very tough, but you were as tough as they come. I look hard as nails, and I'll fall over if you blow on me.
No, I was just no brains. I didn't know when I was hurt.
Well, Rigby knows that he hurt his man there with that left.
There's one thing that struck me throughout all the commentating we've done, and, you know, and the Polish fighters. There's none of them seem to be explosive punchers. They all seem to be sort of very mediocre punchers.
I think with the possible exception of Snarski, the heavyweight, who we saw earlier tonight.
Yeah, well, I don't even think Nick, being quite honest, you know, that he's an explosive puncher at all. But, you know, there's just none of them. You know, you say, woof, like he can bang, but there's none of these guys that that I have said to myself, well, these guys can punch. You know, they all seem to be just very mediocre punchers.
Well, a lot of that, of course, is the amateur background. I mean, Snarski here is 31 years old, and he turned pro just 2 years ago. And power is not one of the, you know, the prime needs in the amateur game, is it?
No, well, not anymore. It's not, because of this new point system that they use, you know, these clicker things, you know. But in this game, professional game, you have to be able to punch. It's one very, very, very important factor. You have to be able to punch in this game, or else it's very, very, very difficult to make it to the top. Even to make it halfway up, it's difficult. There's some real tough guys, you know, in the professional boxing game.
Well, Rigby looks comfortable here. Very early days, of course. This one is scheduled for 12 rounds.
I'm going to put my head on the block here now. I just can't see this going the distance at all. Snarski, he looks under pressure already, and we're only into the first round. You know, his face is very red and very, very beaten looking already. And he doesn't look to me that he has the punching power to trouble.
No.
Rigby.
Impressive start from Rigby. Not so good from this fella. Got caught with a big left. Definitely buckled at the knees.
Yeah, it definitely did hurt.
Well, we said he was a little bit fortunate to get this fight at all.
I think we're going to see this left hook here. Some good work by Rigby. You know, he's got the height advantage here, and this is what he wants to capitalize on. Keep this guy away, because you don't want to get mixed up in a brawl with a smaller fighter, because more often than not, the smaller fighter comes off better on the inside. Not a bad left hook by the pole there, but he lacks the power, as I was saying earlier on. He just doesn't have any snap in his punch. Rigby's that wee can belt that wee bit harder, but in saying that, he's not a devastating puncher himself.
Corner, 10 seconds.
Well, this is the dinner boxing show, of course, at the Hilton Hotel in London's West End. And it's a championship belt on the menu tonight for Dariusz Snarski, the Pole in the red, and Wayne Rigby from Manchester, 10 years his junior at 21 years old, the former British champion, who had a successful defence before running into Bobby Vanzi, the unbeaten Vanzi, who's now British and Commonwealth champion. And on paper, the man from Manchester's the favourite. And on the evidence of the first 3 minutes, that favouritism justified.
Quite difficult to hit the Snarski here. You know,
good little right to
yeah,
the body from Snarski there.
Rigby's finding it hard to land a real good clean punch here. So he bobs and weaves this guy, bends very low, keeps the head very low down. And what happens to a boxer when you're punching down all the time? It nullifies your power. It just takes the sting right out of your punch.
Roy Francis has his words. That's a good right hand from the pole. Didn't seem to have an awful lot of power behind it, though.
No,
emphasising the point that you made, Dave, that they're not power hitters, these guys.
I just haven't seen one yet, out of all the commentating we've been doing in the post, I just haven't seen one yet that you can bang. It's a really outstanding punch. They're all just crisp punchers, or, you know, hurtful punches. There's no none of them.
Technique punches.
Yeah, they're just, it's their style which hinders them also as well. We need to, a lot of them haven't adapted to the professional style yet. They're too stand up too straight, which is when you can't get the power in. You have to bend your knees to deliver a good hard punch. Your knees have to be bent to get your full body weight behind the punch. And you have to put your shoulder in behind it. Do you see the way Rigby is putting his shoulder in behind that jab? He's really driving that home.
And a good combination again. A couple of lefts doubled up from the Manchester man. Now that was a stumble. Just seemed to get their feet tangled up there, didn't they?
Yeah, just a off-balancer again. Good right-hander from Rigby.
Well, he fancies it now, doesn't he, Rigby? He knows that this is there for him. And it's just a case of opening this fella up, as he's doing here in the closing seconds of this second round.
He's too big. Rigby's too big, too strong, and too powerful here. You know, he's the upper hand in every way. He's just toying with this guy here at the moment, this moment in time.
2 rounds done. 2 rounds for Wayne Rigby. And It's tough to know what they can say in the Pole's corner. I mean, he can grimace away, but that's not going to get him any points.
There's a good right hand there from the pole, but still, there's no power there. You know, it didn't even bother Rigby at all. He just kept coming forward. He just pushed that off. The pole is trying hard, but he's under big pressure. That was a slipper, or it was knocked off balance there. It was a sort of a push. But Rigby's in absolutely no trouble here at all. You can tell by the expression on his face and the way he's conducting himself. He's under absolutely, well, he looks to me like he's under absolutely no pressure at all here. He's just taking this all in the stride.
Well, Rigby, of course, is a man who wants another shot at the British title, another win, and he'll own the Lonsdale belt outright. And he knows, and I'm sure his cornermen have told him, that a win here is absolutely vital if he's to keep his hopes on track. So round 3, we're scheduled for 12. The winner of this one picks up the IBO International Lightweight title, a title that is currently vacant. Very impressive looking belt, isn't it? We'll see that go around the winner's waist at the end. Caught your eye, certainly, Dave.
All these belts now, they're all beautiful. You know, they're worth having. Whereas years ago, a lot of the belts, you know, looked very
cardboard. Right?
They didn't look the part at all. But all these belts now are lovely. You know, you wouldn't mind owning one. I wouldn't mind owning one of those myself.
Well, it's Snarski the pole in red, Rigby from Manchester in the black. And it's Manchester 2, Poland 0 after 2 rounds of boxing on my card.
See, with Rigby's height, he should be working here. He's getting too, you know, he's coming in too close, and when he gets too close, he can't get the punches off properly. He's better standing back. He has the height advantage. Just drive that jab out and work for your opening, and then bang over the right hands and bang in the left hooks. If he gets too involved here, you know, it begins to look a wee bit scrappy. Stay off his guy, pick his shots, pick his openings.
The feet tangled up again. Well, he had a run of 3 successive losses, Snarski, which really burst his bubble, and then he came back and got a draw with David Keogh. Now, Keogh will give you a tear up and he'll have a go. But if you can't beat the likes of David Keogh, with no disrespect, you're clearly, you know, not destined for greatness, let's put it that way. And then after that, Snarski laboured to a couple of points decisions over very ordinary opponents. He really does seem to have gone off the boil, doesn't he, after a reasonably promising start.
Yeah, but when fighters all kick off in the pool game, you know, their opponents sometimes are not hand-picked, but they're fighting people, you know, similar to themselves or maybe not as good as themselves. And it gives you a false impression as to how they're going to go in their pro career. You can only tell really when they start to move up that ladder. You can only tell them when they get up maybe 5 or 6 rungs of how good they are going to be or how far they're going to go.
Oh, the left got through again from Rigby, and every time that left connects, the pole looks vulnerable. Double it up again. And you wonder how much more of this Snarski's going to take before his morale starts to sag.
I feel Rigby should be putting on a lot more pressure, but you know, not when he's in close. He should be the pressure should be coming from long range stuff. Because when he gets in close, when Rigby gets in close, Snarski, he covers up like a ball, and he's down low. The head's facing the canvas, you know, and he's very hard to nail with a real good hard shot.
Well, on the receiving end again there, Dave, but looks like some cards being marked on that table. I think just about every card will say 3 rounds for the Mancunian going into round 4.
He's winning okay, Nick, but he's making hard work of it. You know, in my opinion, he should have like another couple of rounds, 3-4 rounds. He should have Snarski out of there without a doubt. But Snarski's very mediocre. This guy, he's more than that, and he should have him. You know, he's getting too involved, and he's trying too hard, in my opinion, to try and knock him out. He should work for his openings from long range. When he gets in close, you can see he gets down low, Snarski, and he moves away, and he gets Rigby all tangled up. Keep his distance, you know, keep him at arm's length. Just work the openings and bang him over from every angle.
Oh, he looks whacked, doesn't he, already? Francis calls for a timeout. A little bit too much Vaseline around the eyes. now already. It's tough already, isn't it, to say what Snarski can do to win this fight, short of Rigby running out of gas in a big way. Good combination again. And I think if you're Wayne Rigby, you're thinking, I've got to put this fellow away in the next couple of rounds, really.
Well, they should be. Snarski's not the same class, really, in my opinion. So therefore, but I think Rigby's making a wee bit too. He should have gone by rights.
Well, he really doesn't want to be dragging this fellow around for 10 or 12 rounds, does he?
Like Snarski's, he's awkward. There's no doubt about that. But with Rigby's experience in the boxing ring, he should be making lighter work of this. He's getting sometimes involved on the inside too much. Where he should, I'm keeping repeating myself here, but he should be at long distance so he can bang him over. He can see what he's doing. When he's inside the gap there, the Snarski ties him up, bends down low, can't deal him with any shots at all. Hits the arms, hits the top of the head. It's no good. Keep him at long range. Keep this guy away from you. In theory, like Rigsby shouldn't be getting tagged here at all.
Good left again. And he's getting through more and more with that left now, Rigby. Just the odd token resistance now from Snarski, but he's not throwing much. And he's not stopping much, frankly, is he?
No. I can see a real good move here if Rigby was to employ it. You see, feint with a left jab to the body, then change it from to a left hook up top. And there's no doubt because Snarski holds his right hand too low, and there's a real good opening there for a real good left hook. Feint to the body, then bang it up to the head. So, I know it's easy out here, like saying that, but the right hand of Snarski is so low. It's
well, he's landed a couple of rights in this round, Snarski, but it just doesn't seem to have any effect on Rigby at all. There's the left again. Another round goes exactly the same as the first three, really, Dave.
Yep.
It's all one-way traffic.
It's one-way traffic. But you'd just like to see him, to see Rigby changing his tactics here slightly. He's catching him with left hooks, catching him with right hands, but he can't really get a real good hard shot on. He's going to have to now feint with the right hand or feint with the left jab, and then change right away. It's the only way he's going to catch this guy off the hook and catch him clean. Because he's got one of these crab-like styles, Snarski, where he's low down, his arms are everywhere, his head's facing the ground. He is a nightmare to fight, there's no doubt about it. Like, he's an outward style, but Rigby should be able to overcome that, no problem.
Well, he's in no trouble. I don't think he's got too much to worry about.
No, he's in absolutely no danger, no trouble at all, but he's just making a wee bit hard work of the fight, really,
So here we go, round 5. Wayne Rigby from Manchester, the former British champion. In the black, up against Dariusz Snarski, the Pole, the 31-year-old Pole. 10 years between them and a gulf of class as well.
That's it, stand back. That's good. If he gets too close, then the Pole's smart enough, to grab her and to hang on and keep the head low.
And you're absolutely right, Dave. He is awkward, isn't he?
Oh, yeah. There's no doubt he is awkward now. There's no doubt about it. He's a very crab-like style, which means he's very difficult to hit. He's all arms and elbows, and the head's down low.
There's that left again, followed up by the right, and I think he dipped there. Absolutely dipped. That left really hurt Snarski. We saw it in the first round.
Bit of delayed action.
There's the left again. And Snarski's really starting to feel this. Now this is where Rigby's really got to put his man away. He had him in trouble, he had him hurt.
He's doing the right thing now. They work for opening and with that jab, because that jab opens up all sorts of opportunities. But if you want to throw one-armed left hooks, you know, one shot's no use. You have to make your opponent think. Body head, and wrap them around the side. And, Snarski has a fair idea what's coming here, but I know he keeps getting caught with it, but he knows when as soon as it's thrown, move. I should have had my right hand up there, but it gets caught.
Give Snarski his due. He's still in there plugging away. A couple of lefts to the body. But I think you hit this one on the head earlier, Dave. That he just does not have the power to trouble Wayne Rigby.
No, there's no power there at all. Like Rigby and my eyes are like playing with him, but at the end of the day,
that was a good right hand. He just landed him there, though.
Yeah.
But, again, didn't slow him down.
No, there's no power there at all. It looks actually a lot harder than what it is, but. I just think Rigby's, he should have him out of there. Pressure, but from a distance.
Good solid shots again. Forces the pole to grab and hold. He's looking very weary now, the pole, but then again, he's been looking like that since round 2. And Rigby just teeing off on him.
Same stuff over and over again. Rigby's doing all the pressurizing, but at times, could have some good shots there. Good right hand by Snarski, but the same thing the whole way through. You know, that was a really good left hook, just a wee bit high. That was a punch that did all the damage. See the way he goes down. That was sort of like the late action.
Buckled there, didn't he? There was no
doubt about it.
Or stumble or anything. He was hurt.
But Rigby didn't capitalise on that. He had his man going there. He should have applied a lot of pressure. But as I keep saying, don't get too close. You have to keep this guy at arm's length so you can get the shots off properly. Once you get in too close, he grabs you, and that's it. You know, all your work's being nullified then.
Second out, round 6.
Oh, round 6, Snarski, the man in red, is still there against the odds. But you have to wonder, Dave, for how much longer?
Well, Rigby has got loads left here in the tank, because when the fighter's dominating the fight like Rigby's been doing, it takes less out of you than it does out of your opponent. You know, when you can dictate things, it takes a lot less out of you. So, and he's been doing that the whole way through this fight. So the pole will feel a lot tireder than what Rigby will be.
Well, if you're Rigby's corner, what are you saying at the moment? Are you happy with the way it's going, or are you starting to think, look, come on, Wayne, let's get this one over with and let's go home?
Well, that would be my instructions to Wayne. I would say, look, this guy's no trouble to you at all. He can't hurt you here, so go out there. And the only way to open this guy up is with the jabs. As I keep saying to everybody here, if he gets in too close, he gets tied up, the pole ties him up, and the work's all nullified. Keep it at an arm's length. Get the jab out, and then when you get your reach with the jab, bang over the right hand. He does it, but then the next thing is he just steps in far too close, and then he's grabbed. That jab that Rigby has is a great weapon here, but he's not using it half enough.
And certainly, the pole is not offering much at all. A lot of resistance, a lot of bravery. But he's just very limited, isn't he? Very limited in what he can do.
Very limited and very awkward, and this is a factor too. But like Rigby should have this all worked out now, like what he has to do. This guy, as we've said, he's awkward, so therefore the best way to nail this guy is from a distance. You know, and when you get in too close, bang, you can't. So keep away, get your range with the left jab, and bang over your right hands and bang in your left hooks. Like, you should be really driving that jab home, like a real good hard jab.
Well, he's there for the taking now, isn't he, Snarski? He's absolutely there for the taking.
A few more clean shots from Rigby, and it should be all over. A bit more pressure. But
I'll tell you something. Roy Francis, the referee, is just looking at Snarski the whole time.
But you know what Roy Francis is saying to himself? He's saying to himself, this is all one-way traffic here, and there's no way is Snarski going to knock Rigby out. There's no way. He's not even hurting him. So Roy's probably saying to himself, look, if it keeps going this way, I'm going to step in here and stop this, because this guy's taking beatings after beatings every round. You know, as we've said, Nick, it's all one-way traffic. Not all the punches are being successful, but it's just sheer pressure all the time from Rigby, and very little coming back from the pole. You just wonder what the poles are saying to Rigby. They have a good man in their corner there, like Freddie King's
in there working to the left.
Freddie's all right.
Good cuts man. But
yep, but you know he's a good trainer also. You know, so that'll be a benefit.
I'm not sure that Dariusz Snarski will understand Freddie King's estuary English. Let's put it that way. I'm not sure I do half the time. So we go into the second half. Dariusz Snarski in the red from Bialystok, the 31-year-old Pole, against the 21-year-old from Manchester, Wayne Rigby, in black. At stake, the IBO Intercontinental Lightweight belt. And it's a title that Wayne Rigby, the former British champion, needs to claim if he's going to maintain any credibility as a championship contender. And realistically, Dave, you have to say it is time for Rigby just to stamp his authority on this.
There's no doubt if he wants to keep pressurising like he is now, and he's not getting in too close and he's having more success already, but if he gets too involved and too close, he can't do any work. So what he was doing in the first sort of half minute of this round was exactly 100% right.
With the pole there just bobbing and weaving and moving. Just a sign or two there that Rigby is starting to get a bit frustrated by all this. I mean, he's hitting with everything, and now a cut's opened up. There's a cut to the right eye, the side of the right eye, and that might give Roy Francis the justification he needs to step in and have a look at this. Looked like a shot that did it as well, Dave. I didn't see a clash of heads.
No, I didn't see a clash of heads, but it doesn't look as if it's in a really dangerous place. I think it's at the side of the it's running down the cheek here, so it's not really in a really dangerous place, and doesn't look that deep. There's not that much blood coming out.
And he's going after it, and yes, Roy Francis is having a look. Well, Freddie King in the corner there is a good cutsman, but he won't be able to go to work till the rounders come to an end. And what's Roy Francis going to do here? Well, it's been such one-way traffic that you wonder, and he is going to let it carry on. But it's just on the eyelid as we see an even better look at it now. It's very close to being in a very dangerous place. And Rigby knows it. And that'll just be a flashing neon sign to the Mancunian now. And he's got through with some good shots as well in this round. But Snarski, to give him its due, has took it all. And keeps coming back for more. And is fighting as well as he can within his limitations. Which is all you can really ask of him.
You can't ask for any more than that. But he's such an upward style, Sir Snarski, that like Rigby is finding it hard, you know, to really nail him to real good. He's done it once or twice, but and Snarski's wobbled a couple of times, but nothing really outstanding. But you can see that Rigby, he's a lot more powerful, a lot stronger, and he should be having a lot more success.
And now Freddie King's going to earn his money. And he's in straight away, look. As he spent the previous rounds on the other side of the ropes, but now he's in there going to work. And that's a fella you want in your corner if you've got a cut.
Some of these men are that good at the cuts that Freddie King, that they could stop a river. You know, with their knowledge, they're good guys. They're worth their weight in gold.
Steve Davis in the middle there, the snooker legend. He's too modest to tell you he was the best of all time, but there's plenty of people who will tell you he was the best of all time. Do you ever play a game of snooker against Steve?
No, I just I didn't want to take his money.
Yeah,
you know.
I felt that way as well. He did watch me play a shot once when I was playing a friend of mine. I missed by about 4 inches.
All right.
Story of my life.
Seconds out, round 8.
So Dariusz Snarski with the cut to the side of the right eye. On my card, he hasn't won a round here. And immediately that cuts opened up, and Rigby showing a bit of a killer instinct here. And he's just targeting that eye. He's landed twice on it with the left now. Has Rigby lost a round?
No, not at all. In fact, he's winning every round very, very, very comfortably. But he knows himself this guy can't hurt him, and I'm just saying to myself that he should be getting in there and really, you know, getting into him, and because he is making terribly hard work of this.
Well, he could walk through anything that Snarski's got to offer, can't he? But he's landed some solid shots. I think to give Snarski his due, he's taken a shot better than a lot of people thought.
Rigby's caught him a few times with the left hook, you know, but wobbled him a couple of times, but he didn't follow up. You get too close and get too involved again, and Snarski just tied him up.
Well, that cut's opened up again. It's a bit messy in there. And Rigby is it my imagination, or has he turned up the heat here in this 8th round?
If he keeps pressurising it, you know, it could all end. I think Roy France is just waiting here for a chance to get in and stop the fight completely. He knows that Snarski has very little chance of winning this at all. Just looking at it here, like Roy keeps taking a real good look. Snarski's eye there, you know, it is getting slightly worse.
It is. It would give him certainly the excuse if he's looking for it, Roy Francis. But having said that, he's got to give a man every chance. There is a title on the line. Oh, good right hand from Snarski, but Rigby just walked through it. And he's definitely turned it up a notch here.
He has upped the tempo. There's no doubt about it. This is what he has to keep doing this for every round. He has to keep getting in there.
Well, we'll take another look, and he's decided enough is enough.
Well,
I think he's done the right thing.
Yeah, he did the right thing, because Snarski was taking far too much in every round. You know, it was just pressure from Rigby. And I think Roy Francis did the right thing, because it was only going to go the one way for the rest of the fight. You know, a lot more punishment for what? For nothing. You know, he had no chance of winning the fight at all. He didn't have the power, he didn't have the capabilities, he didn't have the skill. So I think Roy Francis did the right thing. Called a halt to the fight to save Snarski from any more punishment. Good decision in my eyes.
Absolutely the right decision in my eyes as well. And so Wayne Rigby, the former British champion, is now the IBO International Lightweight Champion. And let's give the Pole his due. He didn't duck out and look for the easy easy way out here.
He tried hard, Nick, but he just hasn't got the credentials. You know, he just lacks that. You know, and it's unfortunate there's not everybody can make it to the top. Not everybody can make it halfway up, but he just lacks. He's got plenty of guts, but that's not enough in this game. You need a lot more than that.
Ladies and gentlemen, timekeeper Bob Edgeworth has recorded a time of 2 minutes and 23 seconds of the 8th round. Referee Roy Francis has stopped the contest with Snarski in no position to continue. Your winner and the new IBO International Lightweight Champion from Shannonsgym in Manchester, Wayne